Hello and good afternoon, everyone. So, today we have a class on something that I just kind of came across myself and thought it would be fun to do. Um, Something that a lot of people use, and sometimes we don't know exactly what they mean. And what are these things? They're called idioms. IDIOM. An idiom. What is an idiom? It is an idiom is an expression or phrase whose meaning does not relate to the literal meaning of its words. So sometimes they can be kind of confusing. In other words, idioms mean something different than the individual words. Students, give me one moment. I don't know if you caught the first part of that. But anyway. But students often people often confuse idioms with proverbs. However, they are two different things. So proverbs are well known for stating a piece of advice or general fact. For example, a picture is worth 1,000 words. It's a proverb, a general truth. Let us consider the idiom, bite off more than you can chew. What you meant is that you are trying to do something that is too hard for you. So now we're going to go over some idioms. Now there's 150 of them. I'm not going over all 150, but there are some interesting ones. Alright, so I'm going to skip down to, so here are some idioms with examples and their meaning. So, first one, in for a penny, in for a pound. What does that mean? You might have heard it before, but who knows? What does it mean? The meaning is that someone is intentionally investing his time or money for a particular project or task. For example, athlete was booming. Jim was in for a penny, in for a pound. That's how dedicated he was. So, and I'm guessing that's more of an English idiom, and that I guess for us in the U.S. it would be in for a penny, in for a dollar. But the pound is a money term in England. So now the next one is a bird in the hand is better than two in the bush. So a bird in your hand is better than, say, there's two birds over there in that bush. So what does that mean? An opportunity in hand currently is better than the prospect in the future, because time never repeats itself. So basically, if you already have something, don't trade up something you have for sure for something that you might not be able to get. Here's one that you probably heard, a chip off the old block. The meaning is that a person is similar in behavior or actions like their parents. So, oh, look at that DJ is a chip off the old block. I don't know. What do my parents do? I don't know. He took a great photo. My mom's a photographer. I don't know. But not as good as she is. I'm going to skip that one. Here's the next one. Don't cry over spilt milk. And the meaning to that is don't cry over what has happened, as it cannot be fixed. So the deed is done. No use in crying over it. You're only going to make a bad situation worse, basically. Another one is every cloud has a silver lining, which just means that bad things one day eventually lead to good things. And it's a good thing to remember. For each day, you never know, the next day could be much better. And sometimes bad things do lead to things that are better. Like, take the example. Well, no. Let's see. So, having an ace up the sleeve. You've heard that one. I have. Have an advantage that is currently being withheld for future purposes. So maybe having some information that nobody else has, well, that's having an ace up your sleeve, because you're like, well, I know something none of these people do. Okay, here's one for all you fishing for all your fishing fanatics. Hook, line, and sinker. Sorry, I say it that way because it's from the movie Die Hard 3. Doing something or trying to achieve something with thoroughness and passion. So, I actually didn't know that that's what it was. Doing something or trying to achieve something with thoroughness and passion. Well, I guess it means, if you go fishing and you just have the hook, well, you're just going to be putting a hook in the water. Now you have a hook on a line, you can swirl that around the water. And then the sinker is something that goes on so you can actually sink the hook down into the water even more. And now you have a hook, line, and sinker so much that you're going to catch a lot more fish. Here's one that a lot of people probably know: by the skin of your teeth. To just barely get by or make it. So sometimes, I think we've all been in that situation where, like, say you have a test or something and you're like, there's like 5 minutes left and I have a ton more to do. And you still make it somehow. Let's see. Break a leg means saying good luck to someone. So why break a leg? It's an acting thing. I remember when I worked somewhere, and there was a guy, and they were putting on a play, and he kept telling everybody to break a leg, And I said, and after some time, I was like, okay, I know what it means. It's like, yeah, break a leg. But then I told him good luck. I was like, hey, good luck. I hope you all do really well on this play. And he's like, what are you doing? You don't say that. You never say that. Not to people that are acting. You always say break a leg. Good luck is actually bad luck in that situation. I think I said, well, good luck to you too. Because I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. Here's another one. Up the creek without a paddle. That just means you're in an unlucky situation. Fish out of water means to be out of your comfort zone. Also, go the extra mile to make an extra effort. Snug as a bug in a rug. Just means warm and cozy. Okay, here's a good one. Now, so it's to not see the wood for the trees. So to be so involved in trivial matters that you don't get the important facts. So he always argues on the silliest topics. It's like he can't see the wood for the trees. So, a lot of times that is what happens. You're not really seeing the bigger picture. You're seeing a much smaller picture. Lose your marbles to go insane. Straight from the horse's mouth, directly from the person involved. So, as opposed to hearing it through the grapevine, which is another idiom, which means you're hearing it from a bunch of other people. Ooh, this one I know a lot. We experience this a lot where we are. Crying wolf. So, to ask for help when you don't need it. And, you all know the story of the boy who cried wolf, but that is, it's like, I need help, there's a wolf. And then finally people stopped believing that he did need help because he thought it was so funny. Look before you leap. Calculate the risks before advancing towards a possibility. But here's something I do a lot. Play devil's advocate, to argue just for the sake of it. So something can be pretty... Well, I think a lot of people do it, but something can be pretty clearly right or wrong. And sometimes you play devil's advocate just for fun. Like killing someone, that's always wrong. It's like, well, what if it made the world a better place and you knew that the world would be a better place without them? Like, no, it's still wrong. What if you're that person? But that's just playing devil's advocate. Rain on someone's parade, don't do this. It's to spoil a moment. Take a rain check, that just means to postpone a plan. Like, hey, let's go up for a drive in the country. Sorry, I'm going to have to take a rain check. Like, I do want to do it, but just not right now. Let's see. Throw, well, no. Okay, how about this? Penny wise and pound foolish. Careful in trivial matters, but wasteful or extravagant in large matters. Okay. Penny wise and pound foolish. Yeah, it's interesting. I think that's more of an idiom about people. Because I do know some people that are both ways. Maybe pound wise and penny foolish. So, but anyway, so little things, it's like, yeah, like I'll be, this I can take care of. It's very small. But when it comes big, it's like, well, now we're going to go big and waste all our money. Or waste a whole bunch of stuff. The whole 9 yards means you've done everything. You go all the way. The best thing since sliced bread, a really good invention. Let's see. Ignorance is bliss. So sometimes and it's true, sometimes you're better off not knowing some things. Put something on ice, so you want to put something on hold. And a lot of people, you can say that again. Well, you don't want to really say it again, but that means that's so true. Right there, that is so true. You can say that again and again and again. Bite the bullet to get something over with because it is inevitable. Like, you're going to have to do it eventually, so may as well just do it. And we'll end with that one. Bite the bullet. And it does just mean, hey, there's no getting out of this. You're going to have to do it. So, here we go. Like, if you want to get your driver's license, you're going to have to drive a car at some point. You're going to have to get in that car, start it up, hit the gas, and start to navigate your way around. And if you don't want your license, then you don't have to do it. But if you really want your license, you got to bite the bullet at some point and just say, I'm doing this 100%. Anyway, if this hopefully inspired, if you have any suggestions for classes, please let me know. I'll do it. And yeah, I hope to see you all very soon. All right. Bye, everybody.